Alright. Have a nice, Voyix seed here to try for a potential cursed one. Tried to get as little info as I got possible. All I really saw is it looks like he ended at Arcus. And he had made a comment, I think it was just like, post a seed, like, maybe we could find the line, right? Like maybe, anybody, like, kind of like trying to see what the line might be. That's how I interpreted it, at least. I could be wrong there, but either way, I always love these seeds. I'm always hungry. First thing I do, I always check any of Cranberry, Voyix, Dusk, if they got a good seed. But also, just to throw this out there, if any of you have good seeds, I'm hungry for them. I'm hungry for them because I'm getting bored of the normal game. I live for these seeds. This is what I live for, so let's do it. We all live for something. Mine happens to be seeds. And I ain't talking the sunflower types, though I will say sunflower seeds can be pretty good. Particularly the Asian brands. Don't do that American shit. I mean, I don't want to be like cliche, like, oh, America sucks type shit, but honestly, get the Korean fucking flavored, even the non-flavored, Korean brand sunflower seeds are where it's at. You'll never go back, trust me. So, Sin of Shadow, annoying. Keep in mind, so he lost to that. We're going to try not to think of that, right? But it is worth noting that I didn't see what his shard count was, but one way to definitely lose to Sin of Shadow is to take high shards. He gets massively scaled on stealth from shards. Other than that, Patient, Awoken doesn't like Patient. I've come to this conclusion, but luckily Stygian does have a few options for it, hopefully. We got really good incants set up. Well, Crypt Builder's not so good with the lances. You know me, I'm against the grain. I'm a Forgone Power guy. This is a great example of why I would much prefer having Forgone Powers. But anyway, I have said I don't really like explosive in the DLC, but there are two secondary clans, talking about, Sentient. There are two secondary clans that I think make it viable. I think Wormkin by far is the best situation, but I think to a lesser extent you can make it work with Stygian. I wouldn't have it as a go-to. I would say seeing Patient in our future also makes me probably just not want to do it, right? Like, I'd be better off. I think if we get Cultivating, that would be the best. I don't even know that Spikes would get us much here. It doesn't do a whole lot against Patient. But it would do, Spikes would be good against Sin of Shadow. That has Scourge Shufflers. So Spikes, probably if I see Explosives and Spikes, I'll take Spikes. If I see Cultivate, we'll definitely take Cultivate though. Cultivate is a decent counter to Patient. And just the best Sentient variant probably. What is the banner unit setup? I always hate when you have like clearly a good incant setup, but then Stygian is on the magic side. I think we'll probably plan on going the steel side here. Awoken will be fine. We just hope that we find maybe a Razor Sharp Edge, obviously, right? But Cultivating in itself is scaling if we find that. Which we do, so we'll take that. If I did take Explosive, I should go the Stygian route and really try to get a Stygian Incanter. Tell you what, though, Sap Tap probably better than Lost Luggage here. We have Restores, we have Wildwood Saps. This represents a free draw upgrade. Cultivate usually leaks Ring 1. That is one downside of it, but it's not as bad as you'd think. With the Spikes, it'd be a lot of extra damage, though. I think we can still be fine. We have Lances and Preserve Thorns to at least chunk them. We're not going to kill these tanks, but we're going to get them down so that they hopefully just have one Pyre hit. I think it's worth 75 gold here. So I'm still going to go top. We'll go like this, and we'll definitely play this. Put all of them in here. Now, between the two of these, I think we just do this. We can stack. We can keep restacking this regen to prepare for Relentless. Oh, I forgot I have these Crypt Builders too. The Crypt Builders You know, if I wasn't Ember Drained here, I would still set up top anyway, but let's see. So I haven't sap tap yet, and I'm actually not going to sap tap here because I don't want to draw into Crypt Builder. It's a 1 out of 7 chance. I want Crypt Builder next turn, and if I do get it, I'll play it here. Let's just try to soften this guy up so that we can take him out, maybe. There. See, I would have drawn Crypt Builder. I'm a genius. Yeah, I think it makes more sense to do this. We don't want this guy hitting our pyre. We can deal with the basically 8 damage that this is going to be. That may be the only. That's going to be the only damage we take. So it's fine. Let's stack this and probably just keep stacking. As long as we have enough regen, this guy can't do anything to us. By the way, hilarious, right? 5 damage. No shards shuffled, no gigantic stacks of lifesteal. Gee, balanced. Crypt Builder there definitely makes sense though versus, you know, stacking up here, stacking it up with Cooper Cup. You don't want to. You always want to stack it up, but hey, if you can Crypt Builder him, all the better. So you know, all things considered, not that bad. 8 damage taken with the trial. And hey, we got a razor sharp edge. I mean, this looks like a good run to me so far. That allows us to go left so much easier, right? Sucks we can't really take this. I think this is probably a skip. Unless I want to take Titan's Grat. I don't think I'll need it. I think the Crypt Builders would be just fine. I don't think I have enough for Energy Siphon either. We'd rather just draw Razor Sharp Edge, honestly, as much as possible. So Endless won't do anything for us here, but Heartstone might. Alright, it's a Husk. I would have preferred Animus here. You know, none of the stuff there really does much for me. The Animus of Will, not the Animus of Speed. But I can't complain too much with a Husk. We definitely want a multi-strike, though. Yeah, we could do a large stone. We could do a large stone. I don't think there's necessarily a reason not to. Other than it's not... It is going to make Cultivate a bit worse, unfortunately. But it is what it is. You know what? It also kind of makes fucking... I have a pretty good roll into Awoken Hollow. And then I can't fit the shit on the floor if I take that large stone. I don't know that this large stone is good for me, actually. It really sucks. It feels bad to go here and just not... To spend 60 gold on a reroll and end up not literally buying anything. It certainly feels bad. I might put a 30 on one of these. Gonna be hard to play it, but I think a 30 here could be good. I also think a 30 there could be good. It's not that bad to do on a restore. Like, if you think about it, I just turned that into essentially an Awake. Against Patient might make sense. It doesn't help me right now that much, but it would be good later. It's 15 shards that I probably don't need to be taking, though. This sucks. I tell you what I could do. I could add a Battlestone to a Steward. That's not horrible. Let's just purge a Lance. And I'll tell you what. I'm gonna make a Super Steward here for cheap. Just so I have at least some power level here. Okay, unit draft we 100% do. We don't even look at the trial. You should, but we're not gonna. Is this better than the Husk right now? I don't think so, because they got armor in the back. So we'll still do this though. Just put in a little bit of damage there. Definitely do that. This doesn't do us much. I don't even want to heal here because I don't want to draw a card. I think we do that. Just trying to mitigate pyre health. I'm pretty sure we're going to kill the boss. Like, this sweeper boss is pretty hard countered by what we have here. So I could do 12 here. Does that change much? I do need to do one of them. So 16, but we won't do another. I can do this. I won't do Crypt Builder here because I actually have pretty high value stuff here. We'll just let the X mark play out. Sometimes there's weird shit that can go on with cultivating. The math just works out weird sometimes. I might have been better off putting the regen on the back, I don't know, but it worked out. Oh man, that's an ensnare. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want that restoring destination. Like, if I do end up with an Awoken Hollow, that's a really good card to have, but hard to deny how good an ensnare is. Let's just take that. Flash freeze would be good. Our backline, well, I have a sweeper. Do I really need a flash freeze? Probably not. I don't like these. Offering token would have been great, but man, it really is just like to convolute my common pool here, huh? I think maybe I don't need the flash freeze. Although if I pivot away from Husk, because like if I find Animus here, I'm tempted to take it, but probably Animus into Husk is better. So yeah, I don't think at any rate I'll need a flash freeze. Yeah. Shell into Husk really isn't that good of an infusion. I used to make it in my early DLC days, but it really isn't worth 25 shards. Then again, sometimes it's just what you need, right? I could just put Cold Kalia into Husk. That might be better for at least the immediate, but it's not looking hot, is it? Like, worst comes to worst, I could do a shell into Husk, and it's maybe worth it. You know, it would be extra damage. I may not be able to find anything better, so we're definitely going to go here, though. We want to try to find either an Animus of Will or an Awoken Hollow. Okay, there's an Awoken Hollow. I think that's going to be better than the Sentient. We can just throw Sentient away, essentially, and that's fine. It will, for many turns, give us extra draw, which is already fine. But yeah, the Awoken Hollow wins here. I mean, I do have a Preserved Thorns, but so I got a Hellvent. This is a good Hellvent, by the way. I think we're going to go to this Hellvent, take a pip upgrade, self-infuse, Awoken Hollow. Refracting lenses might be nice just to get my pyre health up. So the thing about this is I only have this next Talos draft to find an Animus of Will. If I don't find Animus of Will, I am gonna have to settle for Shell into Husk, and if I don't find Multi-Strike, there's gonna be leaks, even with the Ensnare. I might want to think about like Holdover Ensnare, honestly. Holdover Spell Chain Ensnare, even. That could be an out. So these are all things we can consider, but you know, that magic is hittable. This one's, I mean, there's probably more value over here. I don't need money right now. I think we'll be getting shards elsewise. Okay, Purge. I think we keep the shell. It's most likely, more than likely, gonna have to be what I end up infusing, but it's fine. Let's get rid of a Stewie. The Awoken Rares could be pretty good. Siren's Song might be pretty good. Siren's Song could be pretty good against Patient specifically for Stygian. Keep in mind, I only get one choice here, so it's like we kind of have to think which ones have better spreads. I mean, let's think about what's best for our deck right now. Rail Spike is just kind of generally good. Channel Song, I would take it. It wouldn't be that good. Shard Channeler, definitely not. Unleash the Wildwood would be the really, really nice. Wildwood Tome would be fine. I'd like that because I probably don't want to be quick against Patient. But I'd like to be quick in probably every other fight. Adaptive, I don't really see ever being useful here unless I find a Nameless Siren Infusion. I mean, I would take a Nameless Siren Infusion for sure on my Husk. That would be awesome, actually. But I couldn't just take this adaptive speculatively on that single unit being the case. Spreading Spores is horrible. Cycle of Life, probably not. Not seeing a whole lot that's good there, to be honest. There's a lot more bad than good. So Spike, bad. Harness might be the weird... I don't know if my Stygian rare tier list came out, but I really shit on Harness the Titan, but maybe it's oddly enough kind of worth considering here because I have restores. It actually might be okay for those restores, but I don't know that I would take it. Ice Empire is good, for sure. A Siren Song is probably the best out of everything I've listed off so far. Deep Offering is good because I got those crypt builders. Synergy is great. Gifts, iffy. Hoarfrost, horrible. It looks to me like Stygian has a better spread for what I need right now. Alright, Ice Empire is great, I'll take it. There's always a chance that I could get a, you know, whatever it's called. Something totem. Why can't I remember the name? The apply 2 spell weakness to the top floor. Man, you think I'd know the name of that artifact when it's literally one of my favorite artifacts in the game. So for this, we can just go shell down here, and we'll I can do that. Yeah, just do that. I'm going to save that for actual Woken Hollow. Alright, you'll go there. We'll play that. You're going to hit me for 6. Let's just draw. Do some damage. God damn. Shattered Shell, how are you doing so little? Where the fuck is the Cultivating? Did I not take Cultivating Sentient? How is your damage so small? I guess rank 1 Cultivating is pretty trash, but yeah. I might prefer this, because I'll just get more scaling out of it immediately. As long as I'm not dying. Ensnare. Ensnare bailed me out of that one. So that guy could have killed me. I mean, look at my health. We're gonna do this. We draw right back into Ensnare. I can't play a spell here. If I play a single spell, I die. That sucks. I really wanted to play that Razor Sharp Edge. Ah, shit. That's gonna put him to the back. Dude, we're in a fucking rough spot here. How did this happen? Well, let's play this. Man, this really fucking sucks. I'm gonna do this just to give myself more time to heal up even though it's only saving myself 2 damage. I do want to draw an extra card, and I just, if I can at all help it, I'd like to get more shit on this guy. I think if we stack enough regen on him specifically, we win. So I wonder how greedy I can be here, though. Like, I can really greed if I do this. So yeah, I think this works. I'm just going to pay Pyre Health here to try to make sure I beat fucking Talos. I think here we can definitely do this. These Crypt Builders is so hard to play. Alright, we can do that. And might as well just get that. It's not like a redrawing, but you know, just for shits and giggles. Alright, we got through it. That was looking scary there for a little bit. It's gotta be the Unleash, right? Like Adaptive, we don't know. Unfortunately, we haven't seen the unit that's coming up. Even if I do find Nameless Siren, in hindsight, since I do have to take a pip upgrade, I think this is just the best. That's pretty good. I just don't think Quick against Patient is smart. Like, normally I would take this into the husk, but I think we're just going to have to settle for Shattered Shell, unfortunately, and just be fucking sad about it. Well, we'll take the pip upgrade here. It's a good thing I didn't take that large stone, by the way. That took a lot of restraint. You got to give me props on that one, team. But right now, the most useful infusion is going to be to duplicate this and self-infuse. That will double our scaling and just give this guy a lot more initial survivability and damage. It's definitely worth the shards and the Hellvent. And you know, with this guy alone, he should be able to deal with Stealth Boss if that's a thing I need, but I don't even think I'll need him for that. But either way, I'm just going to remove the other stewards for now. Unless I think these lances are worse. You know what? The lances are worse. Let's get rid of these. They're such a bad card. They're such a bad card. How can anyone like those over Forgotten Power? That blows my mind. Blows my absolute mind. We're at 45. That's enough for Party Boy to be locked in at a single strike. Not gonna lie though, I really want to take the Purge. Getting this, when you have a pip upgrade, granted we do kind of have a draw upgrade, but I don't know, it's not the best draw upgrade, right? It's a draw upgrade that can often fuck you over. I just want consistency from this deck. I think that it's just not worth it though to go from 45 to 55 for that Purge. It's always Party Boy, you know? It always is. That's just, it is written, right? Okay, it's not Party Boy, but if it were, I would have been plenty glad that I did that. Oh, those Quill Hunters are so fucked. But it's not like I can really take them anyway. I think we're just... We have a ton of gold. I am going this route, even though I have all this gold. I don't know if when I'm already on this much gold, is it really worth this risk to do this? I think it is. I mean, we got a fucking refracting lenses. Let's make use of that shit, right? And at this amount of shards, those Quill Hunters may just not get sharded up. Unfortunately, none of these guys did, but is what it is, I guess. Let's get you up here. Not a whole lot good we can do here, unfortunately. Pretty bad opener. How many times are we going to get Ice and Pyre in the opener, I wonder? God damn it. I fucking hate this game sometimes. I'm just going to play this here. I don't want to mess... I don't want to stack any of these guys up necessarily. I'm fine letting this guy just hit our Pyre. We'll draw first, but definitely the Razor Sharp Edge gets played here. It sucks to draw 2 restores this turn, though. I'm not going to fucking lie. Like, I'm losing out on a lot of scaling by that type of shit happening, but it is what it is. Okay, we'll do this, this, and then that. Boy, oh boy, are we paying Pyre health. I keep you here. Man. Okay, definitely gonna look into holdover fucking ensnare. Yeah, our scaling is pretty bad. We're kind of seeing this. The Shattered Shell will help a little bit, but this is pretty fucking rough. At least we can take one of them out, but this ain't good. I don't even know. Does this do more than 6 damage? I don't want to redraw it at any rate, so we'll put it down. Alright, we get him, but fuck. Pretty fucking rough ring, not gonna lie. Like I said, I've done this enough to know that it wins, but if you don't find some help, you're gonna leak a lot. So I'm really glad to have this refracting lenses. Ooh. I like the engraft, so we'll take it. Man. I could almost see Urchin Spines being worth it. I could also see Preserve being worth it. I have good Preserve targets. Ensnare is a great one, but I may just be playing that a lot anyway. Preserve Ice and Pyre would be good. Sometimes just preserving an extra restore that I can't play would be good. Preserve Unleash would be good. Preserve the Wildwood Saps. I think I actually have some good reasons to have Preserve in this deck, which is weird because I rarely take it outside of an incant deck, right? I think I like this. There's a lot of value here. Vortex, Artifact, and a chance at Multi-Strike. Unfortunately, Multi-Strike is really the only thing I want. I may just put a +10 here. I kind of just need it. Unfucking-fortunately. Well, how many steals are we hitting? Like, this steal is technically higher value than this magic, but I would like to maybe double stack my sap if I could, and I think a holdover. I think there's just too many things at this Merchant of Magic that are good for me that I probably won't go that Merchant of Steel. So that leaves no more steals past this one. So I think we do just lock in the 10. I was going to maybe be greedy and try to hit another, like open myself up to potentially 2 multi-strikes if possible. But it don't look like that going to happen. So 25 health there. Best upgrade we could find there. That's nice. Quick. I don't know, man. Oh, that's fucking risky against Patient, but I might have to, because I have the Shattered Shell Infusion. I need to... There's kind of a twofold thing here. It's like, if I'm not quick, 100% of Awoken Hollow's damage is wasted, and he'll steal kills sometimes, like Wilt Wings and whatnot that come in front. I think I just bite the bullet and go quick here. I mean, I might also have to put this Thornstone in, unfortunately. It's not the 25 health that I want on that Awoken Hollow, but like I said, I don't think I'm hitting another Merchant of Steel up. This one's technically hittable, but I think there's just too many things I want at the magic, so... this really sucks. This really, really sucks, but... Hey, this is a proper cursed seed, so at the same time, I'm glad for it. Let's make our infusion now, I think. We don't really want to afford waiting too many turns. I am going to preemptively Spell Chain and Snare, I think. Engraft would be the other best target, or maybe Razor Sharp Edge, but right now, because I don't have Multi-Strike, I have to have this Ensnare and Spell Chain. We're going to Shard fucking Ville here, by the way, which is rough, but kind of just is what it is. Faulty Loader should help a ton. That's good. That'll save us a lot of Pyre health, because that first... And it might get us extra Slays. So it's Ring 5, I think... Honestly, I still think I just removed these lances. They're so fucking bad. They're so fucking bad. And I'm on 85 shards, so I should probably just remove the units too with the money. I really can't afford to have an inconsistent deck at this point on 85 shards. I'm going to get enough gold still with this 120 removal, I think. Like, I could remove a Crypt Builder. They're just not working for my deck, unfortunately. I could have also maybe argued just for the extra plus 10 instead of that quick. Oh well. Mark of Invasion just helps us here. Well, if we dry husk. Helps us if we draw husk. We draw him. So he's going to get all these extra slays. We do the engraft. We do that. We can save that for the boss. I'll be honest, I completely did not pay attention to what the fucking boss is, so... I'm going to put him here so he gets a bunch of cultivates. I guess he steals a kill, but I'm fine with that. I want him to have some stats, so to speak. Preserve this. You want to just spam as many cultivates as you can because that's a big part of your scaling, right? Do the one that's not permafrosted, may as well. Do that. And honestly, might as well spam that. I don't think we even play this, though. Well, you know what? It's fine. We'll play it. We drew back into it. I could do that. It's not like he's going to die. Let's do that first. I think I actually do this at this point. Look at how much we've scaled up here. I mean, we're going to be fine pretty much no matter what. So, we're just building up these restores to make sure we get as much cultivates as possible. So it's this guy. Good thing we've built up health, let's put it that way. Build that up, play that. Probably just cultivate here. I don't think I'm going to play the ensnare, just 'cause, oh man, I should have preserved there. Well, that was a mistake, whatever. Keep playing these. I'm fine with that, maybe. Who knows, maybe I need 90 extra. Doesn't look like it, though. Looks like we're pretty alright. So, we get through it. These aren't so good. Preserved Thorns is a good card, but I already have one. I don't necessarily want to fill my deck up with stings, especially against Patient. I mean, they're not horrible, but I'm not necessarily digging through my deck that much or needing a big wide hand, because I just don't have the ember to play it. I don't have like a single target I'm looking to find that much, other than I guess ensnare, but I'm already at 21 cards. I just don't think I need that. And in a thin deck, those stings become a bit more realized too. Oh, definitely unnamed tome here. That's a very easy choice. Hard counters the patient. Now we're not too worried about patient, right? I'm still gonna go left here. That was the plan. We stick to it. Okay, there's a double stack. Let's check the horde. So we have rare offerings coming up. I could get either spike at that. Either spike will be good. You know, Woken Rail Spike with the X cost is going to be great. Both drop cage, and so it's not going to be rules. Rules just sucks. It hurts my ability to do anything, if anything, because I want slays. First Hell Pact and Iron Drop Cage don't do anything for me currently, but both kind of have two specific cards that they'll benefit from. Restoring Retreat and Siren Song for the Drop Cage. I guess you could extend that to Old Magic. We might just be finding an Old Magic right now, who knows, right? This is about the time you usually find one. And then Hell Pact has Stygian Spike and Awoken's Rail Spike. As I read all that out, I just think Drop Cage has better ceiling here for me. It turns Siren Song into an absolute beast. It turns Restoring Retreat into something that doesn't suck. Okay, got a lot of money, but I think we just got to play to win here. Okay, this is actually pretty good here. Our restores are going to be that much more powerful. Granted, we have an Unleash, so it's maybe not as needed, but, you know, it is what it is. I think I would definitely double stack one of these. Got to bring it back down to 1, though, for sure. I don't want to have to be stuck with that at 2. I could Surge Stone a Crit Builder for sure. Probably only want to play that once anyway. Alright. Permafrost Ensnare is fine, because you know what happens is... I actually don't know if this is true. I believe the spell chain target would be permafrosted. So it's essentially kind of like holding it over. I think we do this. And if I find holdover, I have an Engraft, which could be good, or an Unleash. I have a lot of options there. Let's get the Engraft down to 0. Almost certainly I want that at a 0 anyway, right? And we've somehow gone through all of our gold. I could Surge Stone the Ice Empire, maybe. I don't think I want to do that, though. I think I want to be a little bit greedy and maybe get some plus damage there. I guess we'll see. Either way, I think I'd prefer a plus 10 on it. I don't think I want to Surge Stone that one. But maybe I do. I don't know. Alright, you go there. You can go here. I don't think I want these to, you know, lose the Slay. I'm actually going to do this so I can put it on Husk. Alright, so you're going to go there. We can play that later. Like I said, we want to maximize the amount of time. See, this is why I zero cost this. I draw right into it. Now I can play it and play another one of these. And I even got my name off for whatever that's worth. But it could be worth something. You know, we did pass on the Unleash there. I think playing to win, we don't play those. This guy, huh? I think we're gonna have to ensnare him. Then I have that. I should have just had him come up. I don't know what I'm doing there. That was a little bit dumb. I think we can do this, though. This, I think, saves me more in the long run. I don't need this quite yet, so I'm just going to play this to get it out of there. It also kind of counteracts the damage I'm taking there to a slight extent. Maybe I should be playing the edge, I don't know. Like, I'm going to get more damage from the edge, but I'm just trying to be greedy with, keep in mind, without a multi-strike, I need a lot of regen to beat Arcus, so kind of just is what it is in that regard, but let's do this. I'll have these held for this, I guess. I'll keep the preserve for now. Now I have the crit builder if I want it here. I just don't know that I do want it. There's the engraft, beautiful. Okay, we're killing them. I may as well, you know, do that. I think I can get rid of one of these and then stack that. We want every slay as possible. It's going to give us the maximum amount of damage. Let's get these shitters out of here. And, you know, you're going to live, so we could actually go like this. Just get that out of the deck. They're all dying. I should try probably to purge this just out of the deck, but draw. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I may not have been able to hit enough restores, though, to get through this. This is definitely a little bit iffy. Yeah. Definitely need an Ember upgrade over a draw upgrade. We're just not having enough Ember. Ooh, we got another player joining. Naf. Oh, they've been in. Okay. Yeah, I think not much to do here other than just that. I will preserve that, and we may as well play this to draw. I don't know that it helps us that much. It's just worth a play. Okay, we did it. You know, you might say I overcompensated, so we might as well just play the consumes here, right? And it's not worth restoring, so we have the X. Let's not mess with it any. Let's just let that that happen. 69, by the way. Alright, we get through it. If we can get through that, I think we can get through most of it. Patience still a little iffy. Damn, we just don't find any of the... Good to know we wouldn't have found X-Cos or Siren Song. That kind of sucks. I mean, these are good cards, though, so I can't complain that much. I don't think we can afford a Gifts in this deck. We can't burn out these restores. We mainly just want restores. I think when I take this Ember upgrade, things are going to look up a little bit. Even a Deep Offering doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I may actually skip here, even though these are all pretty good. I guess Deep Offering might make sense. I just don't know how much sense it makes, though. It would only make sense if I was, you know, again, just kind of digging hard for cards. I think these are skips. I think we just need to spam restore, basically, at this point. Alright, we are right at 100 shards. I may need to look into Hellventing something that doesn't cost shards. I'm not going to lie, though. I really want to Hellvent this Ensnare. As a Spell Chain and Graft. Here's a tough thing. The line we're at right now really suffers when you go higher on shards. Like, I've done this line a lot with Umbra, This may as well be a Penumbra awoken run, by the way. A Penumbra restore. We're not getting much from Stygian other than like Unnamed Tome and I guess the Ice Empire. We're really getting nothing from Stygian here. Intrinsic. I could intrinsic the Unnamed Tome. I also just don't think it's worth the shards here. I think we want to keep right at 100 shards. And this engraft might be okay. Honestly, a restore is not out of the question either. This Wildwood Sap is also decent. I guess it's what we're more worried about. Are we more worried about the waves, or are we more worried about Relentless? If it's Relentless, then Wildwood Sap should be the answer. If it's waves, I could see a lot of different cards here being the answer. Man. I mean, with waves, it's probably Ensnare, which would cost us 10 shards, but that's worth it. I don't know. I think with a 1, I'm fine. I think I'm fine with the 1. I can basically build up many 1 costs along the way. If I Hellvent the Engraft, that really helps with my draw. I think I Hellvent the Engraft. Hopefully this doesn't end up being the wrong call, but I'm pretty sure it's the right call. And, I mean, the Preserve Thorns can probably go. I like the Preserve. It's been pretty decent, right? I think Preserve Thorns can probably go, even though it is a pretty good card in its own right. Looks like Naf is up to the 4th ring here. I would have took a Spikes, probably. I could have killed maybe some bottom liners, but whatever. Full Cultivate's fine. These are those unfortunate times, and I do stand by going the Awoken Hollow route here. We just wouldn't have had enough scaling, I think, with the Full Cultivate Sentient. We may have, though, but not when I'm quick. Definitely not when I'm quick, and quick was the only powerful thing that ended up being offered, so this did work out kind of pretty well for us. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very sad to see the Penitent here, but at least we counter it a bit with Faulty Loader. It's not going to be a fun fight. It's just not. God, horrible fucking draws, man. But we'll do this just to get our forgotten name. We're going to have to do this. Really sucks, though. Just, I guess this is probably the best situation to play it, though, because I do have the Ember this turn to do it. Oh no, there's Spell Chain. What am I saying? Alright, well, let's silence that one. That's going to help a lot, actually. Let's get you with 1 and then just hold the other one. Probably going to need to use these ensnares to our advantage quite often. You know, looking at this, it's very potential that I should have, you know, Hellvented the Ensnare, but it's all good. We do what we can do. I think I want to do that, and I think I want to do that. Like I said, really glad to have reflecting lenses. This would be a lot harder without them. But it's still pretty fucked. Let's do you. I think I'm going to have to let this guy through. It's going to be a bit of pyre damage, but I need this one on the next turn. Like, I may just roll into another ensnare, but I think it's a little bit risky. Yeah. I could freeze the deadweight. I don't think I want to. I'm drawing 8 a turn, like... I hope it's living armor. I didn't check. Let's just hope. We can preserve this. it's not living armor, so we're not out of the weeds necessarily. Not out of the woods, I should say. I think we definitely got to do as much of this as we can. We just hold that. At least we eat up a bit of rage. I mean, Sentient's doing some work. I'll give it that. Alright, we can play these out. May as well play these. Just draw. It's not going to do us any good otherwise. God, I hope we can get this. Alright, we get it, but not going to lie. I was a little bit worried there. Definitely a wee bit worried. Still not sure. This is definitely a cursed seed. This is definitely a cursed seed. I like it in that sense, but I'm a little worried that if I can beat it or not. Another engraft is definitely worth. Another of this is definitely worth. Now I have pretty damn good chance of silencing him early. Now, it's so hard for me not to take these divine hordes. I generally think it's always worth it. I could maybe see not taking it here. Let's see if we think we need it after all is said and done. I think Priority's Cloak gets us a decent extra amount of damage. It's not that good, though. It's not that much extra damage. Okay, that's a holdover. I think I like it on Engraft. It's either that or Unleash or Restore. I mean, if it's on Restore, that's not too bad. I think I like it on Engraft. Yeah, let's do it on Engraft. And let's do that, I think. 10 here. Permafrost? I probably don't need that. Let's get the other engraft down. I'll see if I can afford the 25 power. So I guess, do we need a Priority's Cloak? I kind of don't think we do, honestly. I don't think we benefit from any of this. Alright, Totem's Fragment's kind of a different story, but without Piercing, without my Preserve Thorns, this is my only spell damage, Ice Empire, because Crypt Builder consumes. Everything in their mother has fucking Spell Shield. I just don't think we actually benefit from Totem Fragment here. That's the name of that damn artifact, by the way. So, I don't know. I could see us needing this Divine Horde. I think I'm just going to get rid of this. It's just never getting played. I don't really have any other good removals. I could probably argue against Preserve now that I have a holdover and graft. I have all of this stuff. Like, I'm probably able to play out all my hands every turn, so I can probably remove Preserve. So, I don't want to go to 130 shards, or even 125. There's not that many good artifacts for me at this point. Like, most of the Stygian stuff sucks at this point. Awoken, there's not a whole lot. Like, there are, like, Root Split Mask would be great. Double Regen would be great. But nothing that Stygian, even like, double Incant's not going to do me anything. I've already seen basically the best that Stygian has to offer, and it didn't even make sense for my deck anyway. So, I think maybe we just don't take anything here. I think we Hellvent the Ensnare. I think I can beat Relentless fine enough. And Unnamed Tome, I think, is going to beat Patient. So I think just a Hellvent of Ensnare and not take the Horde. This is a rare thing for me to do, but I just don't think that the 15 shards here is likely going to be worth it. Fuck! I didn't spend my gold. Whatever. Whatever. Hopefully that doesn't fucking destroy me, but it might. Another thing nice here is I have a few turns of trolling out the whatever you call it. Nice to start with that in graft. We can't spam a whole lot against this guy if we don't find our silence early, though. Looks like we're bottom decking both of them. That's fine, though, since he's not on our floor. We're fine to spam out here. We're going to hold these. I don't think we're going to need these in this fight. I didn't take these for this fight, that's for certain. Alright, you are officially hard countered. Feeling pretty good about this. This can just wait for something. I don't know what, but I'll wait for something. Granted, we might get a lot of melee weakness stacked up, but it is what it is. Still don't know where I'm playing that. I should play it, though, because I'm wasting draw slots because I'm holding the other things. I'm drawing 8, so might as well draw them all, right? It's not like anything's probably really worth holding out silence for at this point. 148. I don't get the slay either way, it looks like, but I could get my melee weakness popped here, so I should just let that hit me. Perfect. That should pretty much solidify victory, I think. So this was definitely a cursed seed all in all. We're not out of the weeds yet. I mean, look at this. This is actually kind of indicative of what we might be facing. I'm going to burn these out because there's not really a whole big reason for me to keep them. Yeah, we might not be out of the weeds yet. Let's not get too cocky. This guy surviving kind of helps. Again, I just break that melee weakness, and by the time we face Seraph, he'll be at 25 damage. Locked in at 25 damage, it's going to be pretty hard to get through this massive wall of flesh that I have here. Alright. Pretty confident that we're going to win this. You know, eventually you can see the scaling that just the double Awoken Hollow provides, right? True, I have a little bit of Slay scaling. I have Razor Sharp Edge every now and then, but for the most part, this is all Awoken Hollow's scaling that's happening here. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think I really like the Hellvent on the Ensnare. And we have a pretty good amount of Pyre buffer health. We have a few consumables still to play, you know, with a fresh deck. So we have, if we leak a bit, we have that buffer room. But, you know, we're going to have permafrosted double, you know, 2 permafrosted ensnares that are not going to be hard to find. I have to think we're winning this. This is obviously not the people we want to see here, but that just fucking is what it is, you know. Let's put you here, you there. I'm not going to draw this turn, but, you know, that you'll hear me say it many times. It is what it fucking is. This is great. We should hold this for the tanks. One for the first tank wave, and one if it's Scourge boss, which I'm sure it will be. It always is. So we'll do that right now. We don't want them getting any bullshit. Save the other one. If I do this, I kill them. I'm not getting the Slay here anyway. Wait, what? How are you not? Oh. Well, I think I'm fine to do that. We'll just keep the other one. I'm hurting my draw a little bit here, but that's fine. Wait, that guy got through anyway? What the fuck? Well, it didn't end up being that guy. So maybe I could silence this. I don't think I need to. I think I'll just wait for potentially either Pyre Wings or... So that the other wave might be Pyre Wings, or it might be... tanks. Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to think of that, but I'd rather silence those than silencing a single armor incanter. It'll be the wave after this one, is the wave I'm talking about. That's good there. We'll do that. I should have done that after, because now I'm probably potentially cultivating the wrong people. So, good thing we got these. I kind of fucked up here, though. Like, I am going to be short, and then this guy's going to get through, but it is what it is. It's not that much damage. We at least have it's fine because I have this ensnare left over for the boss. We're going to be putting many ensnares on him, probably. Yeah, so this Pyre Wings, we don't want them to be fucking up our shit. Let's go ahead. I think I just hold these, even though I have this Ember to play. Never mind. I mean, this guy's not going to die. We might as well do this. I'll actually do it like this. Just guarantee that I don't ever have to worry about him again. Because I'm going to have to get these other two Gilded Wings here. Alright, we're going to do it smart this time. We're not going to unleash until these restores are played. I'm going to make sure I have enough energy too. I do. So now we can get that guy and that guy. We are dealing with some overleaking, but it's just bound to happen, isn't it? Let's do this. Unfortunately, I'm cultivating myself now, but I suppose that's fine. To kill Divinity, I might just want some damage here, right? Okay, that is there. I'm actually going to just keep this guy down here. I don't need him to ever come up. I'm not going to slay him in time for it to be that relevant, so, you know, might as well. I'm pretty sure we got this, though. We have kept our ship pretty clean here. So let's keep you down there. And honestly, we should just keep all of these down there. Like, I don't need to deal with any of that shit. I don't care about the slays, I just care about not having damage. Alright. Realistically, I should probably not play any cards here, so I won't. Alright, we got the win. I would still consider that a cursed seed. This reminds me of, like, I basically tried when I was, you know, practicing, trying to get better with just certain lines. This is a line that I've found a lot, right? The self-infused Awoken Hollow with any of the quote-unquote big three in the back line, which is Husk, Shattered Shell, and Animus of Will. I will say Animus of Will typically is the best unit that you could find, but we made it get done here. You also prefer to have an Animus of Will infusion versus Shattered Shells, so we had a relatively bad setup in terms of that type of stuff, but you know, we got it done. There's still good stuff that was found, right? Like the Ensnare, that was a pretty big pickup. I'm so glad I didn't take the Resto Detto instead. You know, Unnamed Tome was great against Patient. Patient could have been a pretty awful fight, in all honesty, if I didn't find these. The Engrafts were great. Ice and Pyre didn't end up doing a whole much, but I still stand by the pick. Razor Sharp Edge was just decent. Unleash was great, you know. Saps were decent. But restores really shine here, right? That's the... You'll notice how greedy I had to be. That's just how you have to do it. Like, if you have restores, you generally want to play them over something like a sap, which doesn't actually cultivate that turn. You know, a restore is technically, outside of Relentless, is a better cultivate card than Wildwood Sap for Awoken Hollow. It was not uncommon for me running these combos to Spell Chain, a zero cost restore, by the way, a few times. Like, that's a good play in this type of deck. But yeah, let's. I'll give the MVP to Ensnare. I mean, it hard carried there. That's a fucking great card. Let's see what Voyix ended up doing. Too bad the Neff hadn't finished yet. I'd like to see what they're doing. I'll recheck later. So he did go Cultivate. I agree with that. I think, though, I wouldn't like the Lost Luggage. I think I would rather have Sap Tap, but that's not a huge issue. Guard of the Unnamed into Shell. I don't know about that. Yeah, that's... yeah. He must have went a route that I didn't go, because... where would he have found that? The only Stygian was at Ring 2 and Ring 4, so he went one way there where I didn't, but either way, I just don't think that infusion really makes a whole lot of sense. The only thing that really helps with is Relentless, and I guess to a certain extent Top Floor Divinity, but it almost, I don't know, like, it doesn't help you clear the waves. It doesn't help that much with Relentless, at any rate, in my opinion. That's a good pickup. That, it might make sense. Let's see how many damage spells he had. Kind of makes sense in his deck. I would say, though, that he has kind of a conundrum here when he has a Shattered Shell that wants to slay to get scaling, of which he doesn't have great scaling, right? But killing things with spells is rough. I also don't see an Ensnare. I'd say that's a mistake. I don't know what he took. He took the Resto Dedo instead. I would say that's definitely a mistake. Especially when you don't have Awoken Hollow already in hand. Like, I think you saw how hard Ensnare carried for me. Ensnare is just more likely to get you way more value than a Resto Dedo. Can't fault a whole lot of this other stuff, though. Like, the Razor Sharp Edge and Holdover is great. He must have went Ring... He went to a Magic that I hadn't hit, because I'm trying to think. Did I even... I hadn't hit Holdover until the very end, right? Or close to the end for that engraft. So he found this probably Ring 2, I'm guessing. So maybe Ring 2 is where he found Guard, but that's definitely a good play. I cannot fault a Holdover Razor Sharp Edge. That's very powerful. Though I would argue you probably should have reached zero costed it. Since if that's guaranteed to be there every turn, it makes more sense than zero costing something that's there every other so often. Like, you want the thing that's there every turn to be zero costed. I mean, it's good pickups. I don't know if he just didn't see the Awoken Hollow. I would say if he saw it and skipped it, that was probably a mistake. Especially with the Resto Dedo that he had taken. I'll just have to go back and see. That's the only things that are standing out to me deck doctoring wise. So it's like he kind of added a lot of heal cards, which would have benefited a lot more from Awoken Hollow, right? I like the artifact choices, though. Like I said, Lost Luggage versus Sap Tap isn't a huge difference. I prefer Sap Tap with what we started with, but it's not a huge deal. Faulty Loader I love. And, you know, in hindsight, the Hell Pack might have had a better chance of being good than the Cage. Obviously, both of them were complete misses, but can't really fault that pick, right? So, big things I would say. I'll have to check what... I wish you could see on the screen, like, what route they went. Like, I would love to see what routes he went. But I wouldn't, like, turn this into, like, watching his video and then commentating it at that point. I'll just do that in my own time. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful. These are the type of runs where the line is very narrow. Like I said, you don't want to go high. Oh, what were his shards at? 60? That's fine. I have to imagine, though, he lacked scaling. I don't know. How did he lose to Arcus? I actually think this should have been able to still beat Arcus. Like, he would have had a pretty good amount of damage. He would have built up a decent amount of... I don't know about the Ember upgrade here, actually. I would say that. Like, because he didn't take Sap Tap. If he had taken Sap Tap, I'd agree with this Ember upgrade. I would say with the deck he ends up with here, 100% draw is, I think, what he should have took. He would have found the cards he needs to find quicker and just been able to spam them out. I don't know that the Ember really helps him much here. Anyway, though, that'll do it for this one. I hope that was helpful. I had a lot of fun with that seed, so much love, Voyix. Thanks for that seed. That was truly a cursed seed, I would say. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.